Good morning. Thank you for joining me for another 5 good minutes with the Word. I'm Barry Bryson. We're continuing our study of the suffering servant passage of the book of Isaiah. This extended passage that describes, it's really a salvation epic. Starts with their current events, looks forward not only to the captivity, but the restoration from captivity, and they're being prepared to receive the Messiah, and then what the Messiah will be like, who he will be, and how you'll know who he is. And we're in chapter 45. He has been talking about Cyrus the Persian, who issues his decree in 539, restoring the Jews to Palestine, sending them home to rebuild the temple, to rebuild the city of Jerusalem. And he's been calling Cyrus things that the Messiah is called. He's called him a shepherd. He's called him the anointed. And he said, I've made your paths straight and made your way clear, just like he described the Messiah in chapter 40. And so Cyrus is a kind of antitype, or I should say a type of a prototype. He's a forerunner. He's a promise that someone even greater, someone eternal, is going to come and do in terms of our sin and our captivity to sin what Cyrus did as he had ended their captivity in Babylon, ended their Babylonian captivity. And then he's talked about the blessings that will come afterwards, and he's going to continue on in that vein in verses 14 through 17 of chapter 45. Thus says Yahweh, the products of Egypt, the merchandise of Cush, and the Sabaeans, men of stature, will come over to you and be yours. They will walk behind you. They will come over in chains and will bow down to you. They will make supplication to you. Surely God is with you. There is no one else, no other God. Truly, you are a God who hides himself, O God of Israel, Savior. They will be put to shame and even humiliated, all of them. The manufacturers of idols will go away together in humiliation. Israel has been saved by Yahweh with an everlasting salvation. You will not be put to shame or humiliated to all eternity. Well, I don't know what all of this is about, but I know what some of it's about. The whole notion that Egypt, Cush, and Sabaeans, will bring their produce your way when you go back home. That really happened because of the improved roads and the canals built by Cyrus to make trade accessible between the Levant, the Arabian Peninsula, and points eastward with North Africa, with Egypt, with Cush, with the ancient kingdom of Cush. And it was a time unparalleled until the Pax Romana of trade between these areas. And who's sitting at the crossroads? Israel is, and will benefit from that in so many ways. The people who had once been your enslavers are not going to enslave you anymore. They're going to walk behind you in chains. Doesn't mean they're going to enslave the Egyptians, because they didn't enslave the Egyptians. But things have been flipped around now, and you don't have to be afraid of anything anymore. Truly, you are a God who hides himself, O God of Israel. Who is saying this? I'm not sure. He immediately starts talking about idolaters. So maybe the idolaters are the ones who say, God doesn't speak. When's the last time you heard God say anything? You heard God say anything? He's going to, in the next section, say, I'm the God who speaks plainly. I don't speak in secret. I speak in the open. So this is an accusation that idolaters, I think, are making about God. But God says to his people, don't you listen to the idolaters. They're going to be judged and humiliated, and you are going to be glorified into eternity because you're mine. Okay, so that's what he has to say there. We have not yet reached our 5-minute limit, but I'm going to give you these 30 seconds back because I owe you about 7 or 8 hours of time. So anyway, we'll pick up with verse 18 next time. Thank you for joining me for another 5 good minutes with the Word.